but their loyalties really lie with some foreign culture with which they choose to identify. They boycott independence parade anytime they're not at the top. So to me it's a joke when they call themselves patriots. Tell me, side by side we stand. Somebody mad. How come Indians and Africans hate each other so bad? And every creed and race, but an equal place. But not one white collar criminal languishing in Riemann-Yard. Well, alright, in Pepe and no Syrian nor French Creole. You ever see a Chinese police fighting crime? Israeli carnival and cricket to spread the table. That shows the cosmopolitan nature in its prime. We may be forged from the love of liberty, but somebody could write a better anthem for we. Listen, the national anthem should reflect a nation's people. When it plays, we all must feel passion and pride. Nobody walking around, nobody sitting. Patriotism must rise up like high tide. Like a national call to war, it should raise everybody's paws and unite every living soul under one common cause. It's not too late for revision. Given all that I have outlined, we change the Trinity cross, the anthem could redesign. Tell me now, side by side we stand. Then stop playing the fool. A national anthem for any country is a serious national tool. And every creed and race, provide an equal place. We have to love each other despite the genetic pool. In TNT, we only fighting down each other. Remember, a house divided will never stand. At some point, we must all gather around the table and show the world a model nation in command. We may be forged from the love of liberty. I feel GB could write a better anthem for we.
Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on I95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the on Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to Dependency right here on I95.5 FM, live on the Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel. Good morning, Natasha.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning and happy Dimanche Gras to you.
Happy Dimanche Gras.
Welcome to Independency. We have a really informative program for you this morning with our two guests from the Children's Authority. And you know that we are all about safety and security in all manners of things, and the safety and security and protection of our children is no different. So with our guests, we will be discussing safety regarding Carnival specifically, because we are really in the thick of it, and some of the things that you need to keep in mind. We'll also be talking about reporting. How do you report abuse? What is abuse? What kinds of abuse the authority has seen over the years, and what they are doing to sort of curb the abuse, and also to rehabilitate those who may have been victims or survivors of abuse. And then we will also have a conversation, which I am actually looking forward to, about discipline versus punishment, and how these two terms are often confused with each other, and how we can really define what is discipline, what is abuse, and how parents and guardians should be applying these two principles.
Yes, and also, so in studio we have from the Children Authority, and we thank, beginning with Miss Moses, Cheryl Moses,
Yes,
for accommodating us with this request.
indeed.
And the CAS provided Miss Ariane Farrell, who is the team lead of the registry unit, and Miss Krista Ali, who is psychologist, investigations and intervention unit. They'll be here, and we thank them for spending their Carnival Sunday morning with us. And also to you out there, we ask you as well to be very careful that Saharan dust is really doing work, and we understand that
Yes.
from weather forecasting is going to increase over the next couple of days. So people, you're in for a time. Enjoy yourself, but walk with your masks if you could, and play your mask safely as possible. But that dust is a beast. But also, before we go to a break, when we return, we have a number of tips from the TTPS as well, and from the Children's Authority. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Remember, bail only comes Ash Wednesday. Or maybe even Thursday. Think, people. Think. Walk away, people. There are a number of incidents taking place by bars where they have that other drug selling. And people cannot seem to rationalize in their head and see the future, that when you go home for a gun or a cutlass, or you engage, there's a domino effect you go in and start. Please, people, we're begging you all this morning, please walk away. Please walk away. It doesn't matter. Don't let nobody chain you up. Walk away. Police officer was going in his car good to go home, you know. He just grew a brain and decided to go back and attack this man. Look how it turned out. And nobody in the car could have stopped him and said, hey, forget that now, let's move on. Well, listen to the people now. But we know when anger meets anger, story, what happens.
Oh, Lord.
Please, all, take care. Please, we're begging you all. And to the addicts out there, this is not a good time for you all. We're getting the calls from some of you who
Yes.
telling us that, unfortunately, our son of the soil is back on the streets
Yes.
again. Although we let you know, look, don't give up on him, because relapse is part of recovery. We want you all to know that too. All right? We'll deal more with that later on. And then there's the errand driving on the road. We're going to show you of a near-death experience someone had in Tobago. That could have been a different story if that lady was not driving properly on the left side of the road. So, and there's a call from between a citizen and a police officer that we want you to hear, and the Children Authority will give their take on it, and Ms. Archie also has a take on it as well for our guidance. So you're listening to Dependency. Let's go to that break. When we return, we'll start the conversation with Miss Ariane Farrell and Krista Ali.
But before we go to the break, Garth, we want to share the TTPS video
Yes, oh yes.
regarding the glass bottle prohibition. We spoke about this last week with the officers, the ECPs, and the fire officer in studio, and we want to remind you about the prohibition on glass bottles for Carnival.
Right, so short man, let's start with that, then go to the break and come back to us. You're listening to Dependency.
Hello, I am Inspector Michelle Lewis, Public Information Officer. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service wishes you an enjoyable Carnival season. With that in mind, we want to speak to you about the Carnival Prohibition of Glass Bottles Regulation 2024. During this Carnival season, the Prohibition of Glass Bottles Regulation 2024 will be in effect. This regulation prohibits persons from serving or consuming beverages in glass bottles within the vicinity of a carnival event in any public space during the carnival period. Persons are also prohibited from having glass bottles on their person during the carnival period, which refers to Jubilee morning from 4 a.m. on Monday the 12th of February 2024 to the ending of Carnival at midnight on Tuesday the 13th of February 2024. Now, the TTPS wants everyone participating in the Carnival Festival to have a safe and enjoyable time. So we are appealing to you to please obey the laws. If anyone contravenes these regulations, they will be liable on summary conviction to a fine of $1,000 and to imprisonment for 6 months. Now, we don't want that to happen to anyone, and we don't want that to happen to you. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is committed to serving you, and there will be a strong police presence to ensure that you have a safe and secure Carnival 2024. Be smart this Carnival and practice safety measures against real threats. Be smart, be safe for Carnival 2024.
The letters of the day are CATT. And all you want to know what that stands for? The Cheering Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, all you? Yes! When it comes to protecting and caring for the nation, cheering all you, them is the people with responsibility for the care and protection of them cheering out. All you find that we cheering deserve to be protected, boy, from all them former abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, sexual, or neglect. I, for one, believe that children deserve to have a childhood, and when you abuse them up, you're destroying the childhood. And TNT, we can help. Yes, we can report. We can report child abuse to the CATT hotline at 996, or we can send an email to info@ttchildren.org. And better yet, the reporting can be done anonymously, so nobody is going to know your business. All of the children is the future of TNT, so let we do what we can do to protect them to the best of our ability. The Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, CATT.
The Government of Trinidad and Tobago, through the National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons, continues to develop and implement effective policies and procedures to prevent and suppress human trafficking. To date, the National Task Force has developed 2 national plans of action against the crime of trafficking in persons. Trinidad and Tobago adopts a 4-pronged approach in its response to human trafficking. 1. Effective identification of victims and witnesses. 2. Prevention of human trafficking. 3. Protection of victims and witnesses. And 4. Prosecution of suspected traffickers. In the Ministry of National Security, we established a specialized unit called the Counter-Trafficking Unit to lead and manage Trinidad and Tobago's response to human trafficking. The Counter-Trafficking Unit works closely with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Immigration Division, and international law enforcement agencies to aggressively and proactively investigate and prosecute suspected human traffickers. Human trafficking is a serious crime. Rest assured, the Government of Trinidad and Tobago and its agencies remain committed in the fight against human trafficking and will respond with immediate effect when the need arises.
We are the Counter-Trafficking Unit of the Ministry of National Security, Trinidad and Tobago, safeguarding human life.
Bossman, stop showing off all that cash by the bar. We moving smart this Carnival. Don't make yourself an easy target. Use your head. Think smart to be safe this carnival. This is the fearless one. Let's go!
Eye on Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio, at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays, at 10 a.m.,